Take a second and just think to yourself, thank God I'm not in prison right now. You ever think about that? I've never been to prison. I don't even know anybody who has. But I try to remind myself periodically that I'm not in prison. And that is a very good thing. Because right now, not even that far away, there are people who are just locked up all day long. And I am so glad that I'm not one of those people because that seems horrible. I mean, this really is a good way to put your life in a perspective and just take a second and get some gratitude going. Just because that could be you, but it's not. Maybe, you are in prison, but if you're watching this, at least you're in one of the kind of prisons where they let you watch YouTube videos. Imagine if you weren't. Imagine if you were in one of those 23-in-1 prisons where you just wake up, fluorescent lights, a tray comes through the door with some milk and a sandwich on it. And that's just life all day long. And then eventually they let you out and, you're in like a little courtyard by yourself bouncing a ball. And all you can do is look up and see like a little patch of sky. That is reality for people right now. Lots of people are doing that. That is their day today, and that's going to be their day for a long time. And that's not you. And thank God it's not. People like saying, thank God I'm alive. But the problem with that is that you can't really conceive of what it's like to be dead because your brain can't picture non-existence. You can't picture what it's not like to be alive. But you can picture what it's like to not be free. That's just a matter of stopping for a second and thinking. I think a big part of being a free person is imagining what it's like to not be free and then snapping out of it. And then realizing whatever humble circumstances you are in, I got to go to work in like half an hour. But there are people in the world who would love to trade places with you. Just to look up at the sky and walk around and listen to classical music. It is a level of freedom that it's very easy to take for granted. But there are so many people who just don't have that. There's so much content online that is, aspirational, rich people influencer content. And it's just designed to make you feel bad, to make you feel inadequate. Like, maybe someday I'll get to that. Why didn't I make better decisions? The better content to look at if you want to have a healthier worldview is prison content. And luckily for you, there's a lot of it. Prisoners like filming themselves, and documentary film crews love showing up at a prison. But, at least it's just showing you something that it's giving you something to appreciate. Just the basic freedom of being able to put on your clothes and go to work. And, hopefully on the way to work you have some sort of, you can take a second and just appreciate looking at trees and stuff. Because not everybody gets to do that. You ever see these videos of like guys who get out of prison? And it's always, I guess it's like their sibling or somebody who's filming them. And these guys who like go to Wendy's and they eat a Wendy's hamburger. And these guys are like crying because they're so excited to eat a Wendy's hamburger. And we could all feel that way if we really wanted to. All it takes is a little bit of imagination. Imagine what it'd be like to spend 10 years thinking about eating this Wendy's hamburger. And then we could all feel that joy that guy feels. The other day I ate one of those hamburgers and I can honestly tell you I didn't even remember it. I was on my phone the whole time. I didn't even appreciate the, hamburger with ketchup on it. What I always hear from prisoners is that in prison, the food is like a little bit warm, but the drink never has ice in it. They don't give you cold drinks in prison. Everything is either lukewarm or warm. Or remember, in the winter, maybe it's room temperature at best. But just think, no matter how humble your circumstances are, if you live in the modern world, you do get to drink a drink with ice in it. That is a something that you should be able to appreciate, is cold beverage. I mean, just, this video has been going a little long, but if you've already forgot what the point of this was, is just take a second and appreciate the fact that we could even do this. That you can sit here and watch me waste time on this stupid video. This is what a luxury, and we all get to appreciate it. I'm going to go walk to work in a second, and I'll probably get a breakfast sandwich, and I'll put lots of hot sauce on it, because I'm pretty sure in prison you don't get to have spice. We all get to enjoy hot sauce and spicy food, and then you get to chase that with, I don't know, ice water. What a life. I do feel bad that people are in prison, and there are too many people in prison. A lot of those people didn't even do anything. They just happened to be in the wrong place and they got caught up. But I feel like in an ideal world, there would be substantially less people in prison. There would be no prison, no crime. But I think even in a utopia world, there should always be one guy who's locked up. Everybody gets to be free. I think there should always be one person who's in prison. And that guy should be on some sort of video feed, just so everybody else in the entire world, 9 billion people, can look at that guy and be like, all right, well, it could be worse.